Hi guys, hope you like that little intro. So here we are with Fly Me to the Moon. Yeah, believe it or not, that solo was simply just chord notes and some simple syncopation. It is amazing how effective that can be. And for me, that is the basis of all of my improvised solos, knowing those chord notes, having some simple syncopation, and then adding other elements of vocabulary as you get more familiar with the chord changes. So here we are with Fly Me to the Moon, and you can see what I've done is just kept what we call a tessitura, a comfortable playing range. So I'm not going below the bottom C sharp here, and I'm not going above the D for these exercises. So these are just the notes to show you. So they're all different voicings really if you were to play those on guitar or piano, but I'm not starting on the root, I'm just starting on the lowest comfortable note of those chord changes. So I suggest you really get to know these chord changes in able to be able to do this. And I'm going to assume that you do know your chord changes, because if you don't, you do need to learn them. So here you can see the first exercise, we are just starting on the D or the C sharp and just going up through the changes. So that's the third, the fifth, the seventh, the tonic, the seventh, the tonic, the third, the fifth, the third, etc. Okay, and that's how we go. When there is more than one chord in a bar, I change to eighth notes or quavers. You don't have to. You could just still play a quarter beat note. Okay, let's have a listen to how this sounds. Now, of course, that exercise was just to get those chord notes within that comfortable playing range into your ears and into your fingers. And you would have already noticed that just by playing the changes sounds wonderfully melodic. Okay, the next exercise, we are simply going up and down, which we might call going in a linear fashion. Okay, let's check this one out. Now, of course, there are many different ways that you could do this, and I suggest you do. I suggest you go to the lead sheet and just practice going up and down the changes, starting on different notes, and really get to know those changes, playing through those changes. You don't even have to use quarter beats. You could just use maybe 2-beat notes, start off with semi-breathe, start off with a whole note, I think you call it in the US. So a 4-beat note, maybe 2-beat notes before progressing to the quarter beat notes. Here you can see I've just used some very simple syncopated rhythms. If I just sing it through for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay, and then it's the same on the next line. And then I've used a slightly different one for here, 105, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Ba da ba da, boo be doo doo da dee. Okay, and then it's the same for the next line. And then a slightly different one, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba ba doo doo ba be da da, ba ba da ba da da. These are just simple syncopated rhythms that you can practice. I've created a sheet for you here with just rhythmic notation where you can practice using the chords. Don't feel you have to change chordal note every note. You don't. You could just stay on the B and just go to the G. You could just stay on the C sharp and go to the F sharp maybe. And then the last one here, the last one from the written out exercise or the demonstration are 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba 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 beep beep da 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 da. Okay, so what I've done there, or with all of those really, they're almost like Sammy Nestico big band rhythms. If you've ever played in a blow band or a rehearsal band, it's that type of lead trumpet or any type of figure that you might get within the trombone section, rhythm section, or the sax section. Okay, let's have a listen to how that sounds. And of course, you are free to experiment and create as many different variations as you can using these rhythms. And when you feel more comfortable, start adding your own rhythms. Now, rhythms I suggest you try and use could be Louis Armstrong type rhythms from his Hot 5. You could also check out rhythms from bebop heads, Charlie Parker bebop heads. Try and use those rhythms. Some might be quite complicated, especially if there's lots of notes to get, chordal notes. And the other one, of course, is you just use jazz standards. So have you met Miss Jones? There's another one, something, or a 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got rhythm. Okay, any of those jazz standards where there's a bit of syncopation are going to sound great. And if you apply those to your solo, it's going to sound simple. But if you're playing the melodic chordal notes, it's going to sound super melodic. And then you just use your ear and decide what you like, and maybe next time what you might omit. Okay, so the solo that you heard at the beginning was just a simple solo that I created using simple rhythms and chordal notes. So let's check that out again now. And then just to finish off the video, anything goes really. I'm trying to do my best sort of Chet Baker type impression, if you like, or cool jazz. Very low, very slow, very quiet. Just trying to play the changes using chordal notes, syncopation, and of course other elements of jazz vocabulary.